grade ones. It's Mrs. Packard here with you today, and today we're going to do some math together. We're going to talk about different ways that we can measure length using reference, which means objects that we have around our house, and we're going to talk about some of those measurement words like bigger and smaller and shorter and longer. But to get started, I actually want to read you a story called How Big Are You? And it's written by Dave Taylor. The illustrations are by Dmitry Kostic, and it is published by Scholastic. So thank you to Scholastic for allowing us to read this together. How big are you? Are you as big as a whale? Definitely not. No, a whale is much, much bigger. A whale is as big as 2 classrooms. And here there's a little image of a whale comparing it to your size, to the size of a child. As you can see by comparing, the whale is much bigger than you. Are you as big as an elephant? One thing I love about this book is they're actual photographs, not just drawings. So here you can see this is an actual photograph of an African elephant. I'm definitely not as big as an elephant. No, an elephant is much bigger. An elephant is as big as 2 cars. And here is a picture of an elephant compared to the size of you. Are you as big as a rhinoceros? And this photo is of a white rhinoceros. What do you think is bigger, an elephant or a rhinoceros? My guess would be an elephant. No, a rhinoceros is much bigger than you. Its horn can even be bigger than you. Look at how big the horn is on this picture compared to the boy hanging on the clothesline. And down here you can see that the rhinoceros and you are compared, and the rhinoceros is bigger. I don't think it's as big as the blue whale or the elephant though. A draft horse. Are you as big as a horse? Have you ever stood beside a horse before? No, a horse is much bigger. You can't reach its back, even when you're on your tippy toes. And here is a picture of a draft horse compared to the size of a child. Draft horse is bigger. Ooh, a lion. Are you as big as a lion? No, a lion is bigger. A lion is about as big as the dining room table. As you can see, it is definitely bigger than you, but I think it's smaller than the blue whale and smaller than the rhinoceros, even smaller than the draft horse. Are you as big as an ostrich? No, an ostrich is bigger. It is taller than most adults and heavier too. And here you can see they use that word taller. And in the image, you can see the ostrich is definitely taller. They've got long legs and a long neck. Are you as big as a chimpanzee? What do you think? Yes! And here there is a picture of a chimpanzee beside a child. And I guess depending on the chimpanzee, some might be bigger and some might be smaller, but we can actually compare their size to your size. And here, oh, it says Earth Day on it, and we just celebrated Earth Day. And look at all of these kids who are in animal costumes. I see the blue whale, I see the elephant, I see the rhinoceros. I see some kids in costumes like a lion and chimpanzee costumes. So that was just a fun book to compare sizes. And in grade 1, when we do measurement, we don't actually measure length with centimeters or meters yet, even though I have a ruler here that does have centimeters on it. And I have, this is called a meter stick, and it also has centimeters on it. But we're not actually going to be using those items to measure today. We're using something called reference. And if you've watched our past videos, you would know that a referent is an object that we can use that is around our house to compare to the item. So, for example, I could even use these scissors to measure somebody. Or I could use these scissors or more than one pair of scissors to measure the length of this book. I could say, how long is this book, using scissors as my reference. So I could line it up here, and I could say there's one pair of scissors, and I'm going to mark my finger there. Oh, and it's almost exactly 2 pairs of scissors long. I could also use cubes, and you might not have these at home, but you might have Lego or something that would work similar. I could measure to see how many cubes long this book is, and it looks like I need to take 1 off, and then let's count. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This book would be 15 cubes long. Now, your assignment today is going to be to compare the length of 2 objects. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you to show you how it's going to work. I am going to compare the length of, let me see, I'm going to compare the length of these scissors with this hockey card, okay? Now, we're pretty smart. We can use our eyeballs to see that I'm going to think that these scissors are going to be longer. They're going to be more cubes long than this hockey card. But it's still good to measure to double check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these 2 items down on my table. I've got lots of things going on here on my workspace. Move some stuff out of the way. And on my page here, it says, predict which is longer. Then use cubes to measure. And like I said, you might not have cubes like this at home. You could use Lego. You could use links. You could use toothpicks or marshmallows. Whatever you have that is the same, they have to be the same size, you could use those items to measure, okay? So item number 1, I'm going to write right in this spot, scissors. Okay, scissors. Item number 2, hockey card. Now, it says predict which is longer. Now, we know that word predict. Predict means to make a good guess, right? We're making a prediction. We're going to guess to see if we are right. So if I look at my 2 objects, I'm going to predict that the scissors are longer. So my prediction is going to be the scissors. But now we're going to measure, and we're going to see how many cubes long my scissors actually are. So on my table here, I might even stand it up, and then we're going to count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to say 11 cubes long. So then, I actually don't even need to write 11, but I am going to write 11 just so I don't forget. I just wrote it over here in this box. Okay, now we need to do the hockey card. Now my prediction was that the scissors are going to be longer, and they were 11. So let's see how long the hockey card is. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the hockey card was 5 cubes long, and I just wrote the number 5 here. Now it says which item is the longest? Circle it. Okay, so we know that scissors were the longest. Now we need to draw item 1 being measured by the cubes. And we know it was 11 cubes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly draw a pair of scissors. They are not going to be perfect, but there's my scissors. And now I have to draw the cubes. Do you remember how many cubes long? 11. I have to draw 11 cubes. See if I can make 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there are my scissors, and there are 11 cubes to show how long it is. The next thing I need to draw is my hockey card. And I am not going to draw all the details on this hockey card. Maybe I'll just draw a flame symbol, or a letter C even, just to show that it was a Calgary Flames hockey card. Sorry to you Oilers fans. But now I need to draw to show that it was 5 cubes long. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is my diagram. So I can clearly see that my prediction was right. The scissors are longer than the hockey card. How long? Well, scissors were 11 cubes. The hockey card was 5 cubes. I could actually make a subtraction sentence out of this. I could say how much longer are the scissors than the hockey card, and I could subtract. So I could say 11 minus 5. Do we know what that is? Let's actually use this ruler here to jump backwards. 11, let's hop backwards 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 minus 5 equals 6. The scissors were 6 cubes longer than the hockey card. Okay, my prediction was right. Now it's your turn. So go and find 2 objects that you can compare. Make a prediction. Which one do you think is longer? And then use a referent to measure. Remember, you can use anything that you have at home that is the same size. So like I said, marshmallows or Lego or blocks, anything like that would work as a referent to measure. You need to do this 2 times. So I picked scissors and hockey card for the first question. For the second question, maybe I would pick, oh, this would be fun. I could do the small apple and the big apple. Okay? Let's see what you can come up with to do your measuring. Have fun.